Nikkei Asia, 8th of May 2023, following the tilt to China revelation, Pakistan must make more difficult decisions. After a recent cable leak revealed the government's propensity to go all in with China, Pakistan is embroiled in a heated debate over its future diplomatic course. A lack of South Asian nation struggles with an economic crisis that has brought it dangerously close to defaulting on its debt. According to experts, Islamabad has grown weary of what it perceives as a lack of American help. However, commentators also claim that the leaks underscore differences between Pakistan's powerful military and its civilian administration, which generally favors a balance of relations with the competing superpowers. Pakistan is pleading with Americans for aid. As a result of disclosures on the gaming platform Discord that shocked Pakistan as a bankrupt nation, the scandal erupted late last month. It was set off by media exposure of an internal Pakistani government communication. The letter, headed Pakistan's Difficult Choices, was written by Hina Rabbani Khar, Islamabad's foreign affairs minister, claiming that Pakistan can no longer try to maintain a middle ground between China and the United States. According to Khar, Islamabad should refrain from appearing to appease the West. The urge to protect Pakistan's ties with the United States would ultimately come at the expense of reaping the rewards of its authentic strategic engagement with China. The disclosures have now brought to light a vital issue in Pakistani diplomacy, which the government has neglected to address, in what many views as a tacit acknowledgement. Under its Belt and Road Initiative, Beijing has invested billions in Pakistan, which is heavily indebted. However, the administration of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has also demonstrated a desire to mend relations with the United States since late last year. According to a Pakistani government official who spoke to Nikkei Asia under the condition of anonymity and was aware of the discussions, Pakistan is considering increasing its proximity to China. China is not a preferred partner. Therefore this has not yet been fully decided. The leak was announced days before Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang visited Pakistan last week. In a press release during his visit, Qin stated that China was also ready to help Pakistan revive its economy and improve the well-being of its people. Pakistan's foreign policy is based on friendship with China. China can always rely on Pakistan as its most dependable partner and valued ally, according to Pakistani Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari. How Khar's memo came to be in American hands in the first place is still a mystery. According to Musharraf Zaidi, CEO of the Islamabad-based think group Tabad Lab, every leak is planned and intended to forward broader goals. He claimed the goal was to get Pakistan to respond and deny the purportedly novel strategy. The Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft's Adam Weinstein, a research fellow, argued that Pakistan's diplomats and military commanders are at odds with one another regarding managing relations with Washington and Beijing. The former very much wants to walk a middle path, whereas the country's diplomats frequently feel negative about relations with the United States as the United States has stopped giving free money to Pakistan, forcing Pakistan to take high-interest loans from China, the country diplomats said. The absence of grants and other free money from the United States is one of several reasons that contribute to Pakistan's damage. While Pakistan's ninth review agreement with the IMF, which would have unlocked the credit the country so sorely needs to survive, has not been completed, South Asian neighbors Sri Lanka and Bangladesh have recently received financial help from the IMF. The IMF has insisted upon genuine economic reforms and financial support from Pakistan's allies, such as China and Saudi Arabia. Islamabad claims to have complied with the standards, but the lender is unconvinced. Mission leader Nathan Porter was quoted by Reuters. Reuters quoted mission leader Nathan Porter as stating on Friday that the IMF continues to work with the Pakistani authorities to bring the ninth review to a conclusion once the necessary financing is in place and the agreement is finalized. According to a U.S. diplomat based in Islamabad who also sought anonymity, the US does not influence the decisions made by the IMF and avoids Pakistan. However, the United States saw Pakistan as a lost cause and debt-trapped from China, according to the Pakistani government official who spoke to Nikkei, who claimed Islamabad had expected help from Washington on convincing the IMF to sign the deal. The official remarked, "We were disappointed." Experts also mention other disappointments. The United States and the West left a disaster in neighboring Afghanistan when their soldiers departed in August 2021, and the Pakistani-sponsored Taliban took power, according to Fakhar Kakakal, an independent analyst specializing in Pakistan's militancy. He claimed that Pakistan had anticipated their assistance in bringing about regional stability, but regrettably, none was given. China's debt is enslaving it to high interest rates. China's deficit is enslaving it to high interest rates. Therefore, according to Kakakal, the West and the United States have cut off their ties with treacherous Pakistan. He claimed Pakistan had to rely on its all-weather friend. Late last year, the US did inform Pakistan that it would aid in fending off rising Islamist threats. Experts disagree on the impact that a more overt shift by Pakistan toward the pro-Beijing camp would have on regional diplomacy because China only offers high-interest loans rather than grants. According to Kakakal, Pakistan was able to resolve its problems with the assistance of China and Saudi Arabia during earlier instances of a comparable economic crisis. This may ring alarm bells in Washington, and the US may become irrelevant in the process if these nations converge more closely. Despite any move to China, others are not yet prepared to write off relations with the United States. Pakistanis do not prefer China, therefore. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, led by China and composed primarily of South and Central Asian states, held a series of foreign minister meetings in India last week. According to Zaidi from Tabat Lab, Pakistan is the best positioned nation to demonstrate that it is feasible and preferable to maintain tight ties to Beijing and Washington. The bonus here is that, unlike many other countries, Western powers are likely to be most comfortable in engaging with Pakistan as their way of engaging with the SCO Forum, he added. The Quincy Institute's Weinstein emphasized that the Pakistani elite has stronger ties with the US than China and added, "I don't think this alone will alienate Washington. By refusing to demand allies, Washington can show its strength."